Hi students, this is Suchadata, SST teacher, now about to pick up the 7th chapter of class 8th Civics. The name of the chapter is Understanding Marginalization. The word marginalization means all those groups who have been kept in the marginal category. That is, who are reserved category, meaning to say those who are few in number, those who are socially and economically backward for various reasons. So we will try and understand about such groups in India. The chapter starts with the story in which Dadu is forced to leave his homeland and is staying in Delhi for various reasons. When his grandchildren press him to tell more about themselves, he starts off by saying that earlier they lived in forest and one day the government announced that the forest land did not belong to them, so they were forced to go outside the forest, but here too they were displaced because industrialists started with iron and steel mills there, as the land there was rich in this resource. Well, then they had to move towards the city, and here they had to work on very meager salary for few years, and the children could not go to school and they were harassed. Besides, they looked different, they used to wear different clothes, they spoke in different accent and they could not mix around, so they actually lived a very alien life in the country itself. But of course, the things seem to have settled now when the son has got a good job, but still the memories of the past keep haunting Dadu. Well, this story about Dadu is just to tell us that most of the marginal group in India has been forced to evacuate their forefathers' land, and they have been forced to move towards the cities. And the consequences have not been very happy. Now, we will try and understand who the Adivasis are. Adivasis, the word itself means the original inhabitants. It is generally believed that they are the people who like to cling in their own tribe. They like to retain their old customs and values. They do not easily get mixed with the outside people. And there are some 500 odd groups of Adivasis in India, out of which 60 are there in Orissa alone. But some of the areas where they dwell are Jamshedpur, Rourkela, Bhilai, that is 80% of them stay in this particular belt. And you all know that this has become a big iron and steel belt. Besides, the states in India which have numerous Adivasi community or population staying is Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Meghalaya, Manipur and so on. That is many northeastern states of India. The best thing about the Adivasis is that, like the other communities in India which follow the Jati Varna, that is, some people are placed at the higher rung in the ladder and some are placed at the lower, the Adivasi community does not have any such kind of hierarchy. Everybody is equal in all terms. So that Jati Varna system, which was prevalent in the olden times and is practiced even now, does not exist in the Adivasi community. As we are peeping into the life of the Adivasis, we shall be looking into their religion. As far as the religion of the Adivasis is concerned, they generally worship ancestors and they worship the village spirits and the nature. If you go deeper into it, the worship of ancestors, the spirits and the nature, all this clearly indicates the old tradition of worshipping. That is, the human beings in the early age started the worship of all these because they either feared them or they did not know what they were. Well, continuing with it, as far as the spirits are concerned, they generally worship the spirits of the mountain, the river, the animal. Again, if you try and understand, the mountain, river and animal, whatever is useful to them or something by which they get awestruck, by which they wonder what it is. And these spirits generally they believe reside in the sacred groves that they have in the village. And they go to the groves to worship them. As far as the ancestral worship is concerned, it is done at one's home. So the worship of ancestors, village spirits and nature is the main kind of worship that is done by the Adivasis. Well, there are few religions which have been influenced by the Adivasis and there are few on whom the Adivasis have thrown their influence. As far as the Shakt and the Buddhist, the Vaishnavas, Christianity and Bhakti is concerned, all these are the religions wherein they have thrown their effect on the Adivasis. Whereas the Adivasis worship, the effect of it can be seen in the Jagannath cult of Orissa, in the Shakti and the Tantric worship at Bengal and Orissa. So it is vice versa kind of a thing wherein they are trying to pick up few things from one religion and they are trying to influence some religions in their own way. But one thing is there that this community, the Adivasi community, has seen lot of conversion these days. That is, many people have got converted to Christianity for many reasons. Some of them have been lured by the Christian missionaries, some of them have felt that they want to change to this religion, but lot of conversion has gone into these communities. Well, they speak many languages which are influenced by Sanskrit and the Bengali old languages, but the most common language of the Adivasis is the Santhali, and this is the language which can be seen mostly in their print and electronic media.